Call him the ride.
Go ahead, put it on real tight. I hope you brought your best tonight. They say they got the fireworks, yeah, they say they got the show. Here around the chutes, you're the best, so let's go.
This is Texas Toast. I'm your host, Miss Helen. Kick back and enjoy as we toast the best from Texas. Cheers, everyone. Welcome to Texas on Tap with Miss Helen and producer Kyle. Hello, how's it going?
Cheers. Hello. It's going well. It's nice and rainy, like we were saying. It's a little bit of a lazy day.
It's a lazy day. I mean, like, I really ought to be ashamed of myself because I should have gotten so much more done today. But I have a confession. Like, I am like a huge, like I don't know, what does he call it? Your guilty pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a huge Below Deck fan, so I've been binging Below Deck.
And
that's
they're always good, though.
Yeah, they're like recordings, and I've already seen them. But I'm intrigued with how they operate on the yachts and the boats and the staff and the cleaning and the things that they do. So anyway, so much for that. And I've also been taking care of music business as well, which we've got some business to tend to and talk about for this episode of Texas on Tap.
Yeah. Who's going first? Flip that coin.
I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. So I found a couple of new ones that as I was going through listening to new music, and one I found, and this is all, of course, radio releases. Dean Paul Willeford is his name. The name of the song is Drunk Again Tonight. And of course, it starts out really hilarious, but I just like the true Texas grit country kind of sound that he has. It's got some great beats and the lyrics are good. Like drunk the night before that and the night before that. It's just kind of a fun let your hair down kind of song. So it's Dean Paul Willeford, Drunk Again Tonight. I think everyone will enjoy that, especially on your weekend tunes list. What?
Yeah, can I add something to that?
Sure. Yeah.
So I've heard a few songs like, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of songs like this in the country scene where they talk a lot about like the life on the road and all these things that like really only an artist experiences, right? But all genres, every artist is experiencing the same thing, whether it's the drinking or the literally traveling down the highway all day long. But for some reason in country music, that's the only scene that you can kind of get away with writing that stuff. And I'm having a hard time understanding why. Like, I remember whenever I was in my old rock band, it's like we'd write all these songs about this same thing, but then the feedback was like, it's not really relatable. So I wonder what it is.
Well, I think relatable is a key word. I don't know in that, for instance, but I like how you brought that up. But like, there's, especially in Texas country, there's so many, like one of yours that you have, a couple of yours are so relatable to our lives.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the country lifestyle, but country people are rock people too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I've thought about that a few times and figured I'd bring it up. If anybody listening has any ideas on that, I'd like to chat about that with you just because it's kind of fascinating.
That's super cool. Like that. So the next one I found is Kendall Shaffer. The name of the song is Broke Down. He's got a real vintage country kind of style. He'd rather be broke than broke down and furthermore than brokenhearted. But his voice is so hardcore, old school. I like the whole beat of it. It kind of got like a Clint Black kind of sound to me. Not so much in the voice,
wow.
but I was feeling some Killing Time a little bit in that one. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but Kendall Shaffer, the name of the song is Broke Down. And he's actually had a few releases. He has some good stuff. And now we're going to open the tap room door for brand new radio release from Jaret Ray Reddick. It's Royal Family. Jaret's podcast is coming up and he talks in detail about this song. So I want everybody to tune in and listen to that because he has a wonderful story to tell behind this song. It's true to life and how the song came about. And I could go ahead and tell you, but I want you to hear it from him and listen to the podcast.
Yeah, he's such a goofball and he's like the nicest guy on earth. So definitely check out the podcast. But I was just gonna say that song, every time he plays it live, and we've played it quite a few shows with him now, he prefaces it in a more brief way than he does in the podcast, and it just hits so hard every single time. So
it really does.
Really glad he's pushing that one.
Yeah. There's one thing about bloodlines, and then there's another thing about the people that aren't so much in your bloodline. That, I mean, like, I literally have friends that are like brothers and sisters that aren't family.
Yeah.
So anyway, so much for that, but it's a great song. I love the song and the story behind it. And you're going to love his podcast and the interview when it comes up this Tuesday, correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yes.
It'll be here on Tuesday. Cool. I'm going to keep it rolling in the tap room. And this is another new one for me as well. His name's Shane Terrell and the Stumblers. This is a brand new song out to streaming today called Midnight Romeo. Brand new song from Shane Terrell and the Stumblers, Midnight Romeo. Like I said, he's new to me, so I'm gonna have to check it out. I like kind of briefly looked on some stuff on the internet, but I mean, they've got their branding together. Everything looks really good, but also this song is just so cool. Like his voice is real rustic, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like deep and kind of like ballsy almost.
Yeah, growly a little
And
bit.
growly, there you go. And he's got
in a
and
good
it's
way,
like
in a good way.
yeah, it's so cool, and it's like a rockin' song, and then it's got this one little thing, and like I was listening through. I kind of was having a hard time like narrowing down my picks this week, and you know how I'm like a dork for the little production things, just like let's do this when they're in the studio. I always imagine like the process, and in the chorus there's this rest, which means everything gets silent. It's just a little bongo hit. That's just so cool. Like, I don't know. I just live for that type of stuff, and I hate that. That's the most exciting thing about the song. But like, as a music nerd, that's so awesome.
That's awesome.
Not to take away from the song at all, because it's beautiful. Voice is awesome, rocking, great words. But that I just love the little production
it's
stuff.
those
like
little
that.
special touches.
Exactly.
Right. Awesome.
And it sets it apart. So yep, Shane Terrell and the Stumblers. Next up, I'm actually going to talk about one that's dropping to streaming next week, but Jacob Armitage is someone we've talked about before, and he's dropping a song next Friday called Texas for Me. It's crazy to me how many songs can be written about Texas and people's love for Texas without
That's why I love it.
without them overlapping.
Yay,
like think about I mean, if you're from Connecticut or Rhode Island or something listening to this, I apologize in advance, but like you can't write one song about Connecticut, but you can write millions of songs about Texas, and they're all talking about different stuff. It's just it's really cool. That boy loves Texas. Check that one out next week when it drops to streaming, and keep an eye on Jacob. He's been staying busy ever since we started this podcast, so good stuff there from Jacob. And then last but not least, this is a heavy-hearted song. It's Hayden Baker, If I Get There Before You. Just dropped to streaming today. Hayden's a friend of the show. This one's kind of an ode to his grandfather, and all the references. It's just a super vivid story. You look like you're about to tear up.
No, I was a mess.
Yeah,
I was a mess, and I'm not gonna do this. Knowing Hayden like we know him, and I had a pawpaw like him. And if you go back and listen to the podcast when Hayden first came on, he had a very special relationship with his grandfather. He tells the stories about going to East Texas. That's where he learned how to hunt. That's where they got the water that they brought into MKT Distillery for the whiskey and yeah, he tells the whole story. And man, that one, I was a mess. Like I was already like kind of gathering things, and I kind of like saw the backstory on it and saw some of the social that he had done, but literally I was crying, but it was a good kind of cry because and it just reminded me so much of my nanny and pawpaw and the words to the song and those little simple things in life that our grandparents, it meant so much to them, just those simple things. And then we just take so many things for granted, and we want so much these days. And it's just like, take it back simple, like our grandparents do. And I have to check myself sometimes. So thank you, Hayden, for that beautiful song. And thank you for making me a mess. It's not tears.
Oh man.
Thank God I was by myself.
But like you said, yeah, it's a good cry. I've got a pawpaw just like that too. Unfortunately, he's still around, but I'm sure all I could think about was him having those same exact thoughts, wanting to tell my grandma. So yeah, very meaningful. Hayden's digging deep, and he's killing it. So
anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good. I was gonna jump into the charts and talk about more of the music creation. So I think it's about time. We've been hinting at some things for a while, so we're gonna start dropping some breadcrumbs. But in the very near future, we will have our own unique Texas Toast line on More Than Music Creations. They're going to be having that on their website. They've created specific brand new designs that will only be able to be purchased through the Texas Toast line at morethanmusiccreations.com. And like always, a portion of those proceeds go to Kids in a New Groove in Austin. Awesome charity. If you guys haven't checked them out, do that as well. But also, in the very near future, we'll be launching our merch store on our website.
Yes, we will. We're so excited. Yay!
Yeah. In addition to some brand new Texas Toast merch, we'll also be having one of a kind. I know we keep saying one of a kind with More Than Music Creations, but it's literally one of a kind. We will have one jewelry set, meaning a pair of earrings and a necklace, from previous guests of the show, and there will only be one for sale ever. So that's coming up in the very near future. I'll keep an eye on that, and we'll be posting about it and stuff once that all becomes available. But
they really have some gorgeous stuff. And did you just see where I just see they've got their jewelry in the store at Green? They just released rings.
Oh yeah. I've been seeing the designs for a while, and then
so cute.
Bree just got some brand new bracelets that she posted about, and I hadn't even seen those yet, but they look amazing. So
okay.
all kinds of cool stuff, and we're working on all kinds of cool stuff.
We're talking about that, and I have to switch over to the charts.
Yeah,
I was all excited about talking about that. Texas country music chart. I want to talk about Morgan Ashley, Crazy in Love, which we talked about last week on Texas on Tap. She debuted in the top 100 at 66.
Ooh, damn.
I mean, that song's awesome. So congratulations to Morgan. That is just awesome. All right. Top 5 on Texas country music chart this week is number 5, Wade Bowen, Honky Tonk Roll. Ken Fo went from 6 to 4 with Sunny and 72. William Beckman is at number 3 with Damn This Heart of Mine. David Adam Burns is at number 2 with Keep Up with a Cowgirl. And again, this week is Randy Rogers' Fast Car, number 1 on the Texas country music chart.
Man, speaking of the Honky Tonk Roll, I just grabbed my Steamboat hat, but I was going to put on my Wade Bowen Honky Tonk Roll hat.
Oh, you should have.
Maybe when it hits number 1.
Yeah, because it's coming up. It will be probably in the next 3 weeks, I would say. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. CD Extraction Texas, Ken Fo stays at number 5 with Sunny and 72. Wade Bowen stayed at number 4 with Honky Tonk Roll. David Adam Burns, number 3, Keep Up with a Cowgirl. Randy Rogers Band went from 1 to 2 with Fast Car. And then Flatland Cavalry's Mountain Song. Love that song. It's number 1 this week. Texas Regional Radio Report. You're going to love this. Okay. Number 5 is Flatland Cavalry with Mountain Song. Jesse Robb Jr.'s Love It All Night is at number 4. Drew Fish is at number 3 with Friday Beers. William Beckman's at number 2 with Damn This Heart of Mine. And David Adam Burns, number 1, Keep Up with the Cowgirl.
Ooh.
Yay, way to go, David Adam Burns.
Yeah, how many is that consecutives for him?
I believe so.
I can't even keep up with him. He's got 3 songs coming out to streaming and then a radio
song,
and it's like,
him and Donis both.
Yeah.
Donis is putting a lot out there. It's just so kind of miss seeing them.
Yeah. So, we didn't see Donis at the actually we didn't see either of them at the award show.
We didn't see. There was a few people we didn't see, but everybody's busy, other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff going on as always. And Easter Bunny's coming pretty soon, hippity hoppity.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say in speaking of the award show, I'm gonna start posting a couple of the clips from our interviews at the awards on YouTube. Yes. So keep an eye on those, and I'll share them on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff as well. But I think I was trying to decide who I want to show. But I think I'm gonna put the Nick Russo one up there because that was pretty awesome.
Nick and I got zoned out into our own world.
Yeah,
I mean,
we had to break it up.
He and I could have went on and on. There was a few others,
but we will.
We had fun with the Great Divide when they came by. Jordan Rayner was a joy to talk to as well.
Talk to everybody: James Land, Drew Fish, William Beckman, Bree and Paul.
Yeah.
So many people.
There's so many. And it was so cool because the way Kyle set it up, we just kept it really simple. Kyle did as far as on the production side, and how we recorded, we just said it was so fun and casual. Just, hey, have a seat. We're going to sit here and talk.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. It was fun.
It's very casual. I wish we could do the podcast like that sometimes. We need to figure out how to make that happen.
I know. That would be super cool.
Yeah. I have the weekend off, fortunately, with all this rain and stuff. We're going to do some birthday celebrations for a friend here in Austin this weekend, but should be pretty low key. I get to go to the old, I guess, kind of stomping grounds, Belleville-ish area this week or tomorrow or today, Friday. So did a little bit of driving, but nothing too crazy.
That's good. A little bit of downtime. That'll do you some good.
Yeah. I imagine y'all have a pretty chill weekend down there too, right? With all the rain.
I have no idea. Well, actually, it's going to clear out. I think Sunday's supposed to be nice.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't know. Might be nice to get on the water then.
Yeah, maybe so. But, so I made a comment last week about how baseball is back and my door is a revolving door. And so yesterday, the actual day anyway, the other day, the Astros had an afternoon game. Of course, I DVR all the games. So the plan was, okay, let's just wait and let's get some stuff done, and then this evening we'll chill and watch the game. And so, of course, knock on the door. Did y'all record the game? Come on in, guys. So we watched the game, and it was bad because I can't answer my text messages from certain people that I know are gonna like let it slip. And I was like, I don't know, should I just get on and email them and say don't? But luckily, I opened up the text messages from those certain people, and they had missed the game, and they were checking with me to see what the score what went down. I'm like, we're only in second inning, and it's like 7:30, so I'll let you know later on.
There you go. That works. Cool. I still haven't watched the game. I gotta make time for it. Maybe this weekend's my chance. Who are they playing this weekend?
They are going up to Minnesota. Actually, the game, the first game was weather called, so today will be their first like out of town game, and I think it is in Minnesota because it was like 29 degrees and supposed to be snowing or some stuff like that.
Well, I didn't realize this storm because it was it was supposed to be raining in Austin all week, and it hasn't started raining really until like really early this morning, but it's been raining hard all day. But I went and looked at the radar, and it's like literally the entire country. It's just like the radar is just sweeping right across. It's crazy.
Always right before Easter.
Yeah.
How it'll kind of mess up. Back in the old days, I don't know if families still do this, but I know back in the old days, I always had to have an Easter dress. And of course, it would be a spring dress, and you'd be so excited to wear it to church on Sunday, and then it would be like 40 degrees.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the cold. You know that.
I know you're liking it. Oh, we had a lightning show last night.
Oh,
and
really?
I really get some really good weather views here from where we are. Like, you get to see so many interesting things in the sky and atmospheric. But man, I had never seen lightning. It was kind of out towards the West Bay, and it was just bolts coming down. And then one of the guys goes, "Look, it's a tornado. No, it's a water spout." And I'm like, "No, it's a palm tree, idiot." So everybody was like imagining this stuff like
I mean, that happens.
Bruh, go sit down. No more scotch for you.
You stare at it long enough though, and it starts changing.
He's our scotch and cigar guy.
Oh yeah.
It's like, no, sit down.
That is hilarious. Oh man. Okay, good deal. Well, I guess easy weekend for both of us, hopefully, or I wish that for you. Some stros and some chilling, and then we're back on Tuesday with Jaret Reddick, and then we've got who else? We've got Rachel Loren coming up, and we've got Scotty Alexander coming up, and Jordan Rayner coming up. So
just a lot of stuff coming
same
up.
Same old. Yeah.
Coming up. Okay.
I haven't done this in a while, so if you're still listening at this point, we love you guys. Thank you so much for getting to this point.
You haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, I should be better about that. But wherever you're watching, if you're watching on Spotify, you can follow us, and it takes 2 seconds, and that's super helpful. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can click little 5 stars. Takes less than 2 seconds, and you can even type in a little review. That helps us a lot with showing up in the algorithm and getting us in front of more people who like what you like. YouTube, same thing. Just hit that subscribe button. It all helps. Doesn't take much time, and like I said, if you're still listening at this point, it seems like you enjoy what we're doing enough to just contribute just a little bit, So
yes,
yeah,
you never know, especially with this on tap business.
Yeah, it gets. I mean, they know that it gets a little crazy at the end, so.
Well, I do have to tell you a story, and I mean, this is pretty cool because I'm down here in Podunk, and we're a tourist town, so people come from everywhere. So I had one of our people at the condos stop me in the middle of the road this past weekend and said, "Hey, I listened to Texas Toast. Are you Miss Helen?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like from East Texas, and I'm like, "You kidding me?"
Damn.
Like, what?
That's awesome.
And so then during spring break, I forgot to tell you, I went to Stanley's, and so oh my God, I was like, whoa. Cool.
That's so cool for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad people are starting to recognize you.
I know. Spread the word.
Pretty neat.
Yeah. And producer Kyle. Oh
my God. Yeah. Many hats. I hide under all the hats.
You have lots of hats. So do I.
Yeah.
Maybe not so many as yours, but yeah, after this, I got to go inspect some new doors that got put in the condos that I rent.
That's exciting.
Oh, they're so pretty, and they're gonna be so good because the other ones were older and it was letting air in. But anyway, I get excited like there's really, really pretty doors.
Yeah, maybe I need to come inspect those doors and then close them behind me for a couple days.
You should. You should. You know the door's always open for you.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. You got anything else? Alrighty.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Every tongue she knew where I was from as she left, I dare to say, well, you can go to hell. Hell, I'll go to Texas. I've had my fill of every place but home.